Oh, just doing a little fun update about the fine from the first diary video. Oh yeah. Try to call online. God. Fuck. I'm sorry. I trip over my words a lot because I'm thinking, driving. What I meant to say was I tried to pay it. We try to put a payment plan on it. Call the people. They're like, oh, we don't have a fine for you. It's like, I was like, the paper says Clinton fucking County. And the lady's like, oh yeah, this is Clinton County, but we don't have a fine like that. First they fine me with something that basically doesn't exist. Half the cops don't know what it's called or what it is. The fucking sheriff, that Officer motherfucking Patterson, called the fucking sheriff of Illinois to fine me this fucking fine just because he fucking hates me and he hates my family. My insurance checked out. My driver's license has not expired. And so he fines me with something that he basically illegally fined me. But what am I gonna do? I'm just a stupid little fucking citizen. I can't do shit. What I can do is pay them unlimitedly. Just constantly fucking pay them money. So that's pretty cool. I have no fucking ability in this world at all. I could just constantly fucking pay to... You know, it's like they're no better than a fucking gang. You know, they're like, they don't like me in town because, what, they don't like the fucking guy who brought me into this world, you know. My father has issues with them, so I have to have issues with them. Even though I've never had issues with the law, literally ever in my fucking life. Only because I'm related to this motherfucker. Constantly fucking berated. Constantly treated like shit in this fucking town because my stupid, motherfucking, idiotic father just can't keep to his fucking self. Just couldn't be a regular guy working at fucking Target. No. He had to try to, you know, fix the fucking system. He actually tried to make a fucking difference. That's where he was mistaken. You can't make a difference in this fucking world. Especially not in fucking America. You just have to give in to the man and be willing to be fucked all the way up the ass until they control your fucking brain. See, now I'm talking like I'm fucking schizo. It's like technically this should be a retard rant because I am ranting, but retard rant is for fooling around, you know, and joking around. And I'm not joking. I'm not like scripting this like I usually do for the retard rants. You know, I'm not being like, what should I rant about? Huh? Would it be funny if I said this? No, it's like, this is a fucking problem. I can't pay my fine. Oh yeah, let me go to work and pay my fine. That's gonna suspend my license if I pay for it. Do you see my problem? I make deliveries in town. If my license is suspended, then I can't pay them the fine. Well, they just be like, oh, why just go get a regular, you know, just a job. Why don't I do that? Why don't I get a regular job making, you know, $7 an hour? Well, my rent is $1,000 a month. Do you see the fucking problem? I need money now. And the only time you can get money is for doing these deliveries. I can make the money right now. I just won't have it for fucking tomorrow because I'll be paying fine after fine after fine after fine after fine. You know, if it's not the light, it's the motherfucking everything else. You know, it's like, I realize that my car is shitty, but I just want to fucking exist in this town without being fucking harassed. That's just a little update on the thing. Anyways, you know, just to fucking add on to it, just to show you what my life is like. Fuck, I can't afford a fucking phone holder. because life is shitty and I only have $1 to my fucking name. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm fucking sick of hearing constantly? I've been hearing it, well, obviously you hear it a lot when you're fucking young, supposedly. You know, it's just like, I'm fucking so tired. I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted with life. There's just nothing really fucking good. It's just like you work your ass off just so that by the time you have money to do with stuff, you're basically just wasting away your life until you die. That's what we're doing. And it's like, oh, dreams? You could shove those right down the toilet. Even ones as simple as making fucking comic books. You would think making comic books would be easy. You'd think that would be a cool, easy thing. But when you got all these fucking medical problems, your hands, can't even play fucking instruments because your hands are so fucking shaky. Oh yeah, that's still happening. My hands are so fucking bad. The other day, I don't usually work with my hands, you know, because I use mobile stuff, you know, because I'm doing deliveries. But it's like, the other day I actually wrote my name like with a pencil, and I was like, holy fucking Jesus. I couldn't even barely write my fucking name. So stupid. And now it's like, apparently I have fucking milk allergies now. Who fucking knew? You know, there are parts of my life where I'd fucking guzzle milk. Milk tastes good, right? God, you did the fucking, just to follow my fucking stupid train of thought, you would literally have to have like fucking ADHD or something. Yeah. I'm sick of hearing, oh, you're so young, you have your whole life ahead of you. I'm done, man. Just let me die. You know, it's like, if I can't live forever, then I kind of don't want to keep going. You know, it's like, I don't want to fucking kill myself, alright? Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. That fucking lady just dropped her stuff. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go this way. Sorry, there was a lady in front of me who, she was holding all these drinks and she dropped one. Oh, fuck, I hate that when that happens. It's only happened to me like twice while doing deliveries. But it's like, I'm so sick of hearing, oh, you're so young, you have your whole life ahead of you. I'm fucking done, man. I'm done. I just can't do anything with my life. Everything I try to change, it bends back like a fucking paradoxical shift. I have no ability to change anything. The only time I can change something is when it's so fucking minuscule that it doesn't really matter. I'm ready to be done. Someone stab me in a fucking alley. Somebody blow my brains out and steal my money. You know, someone fucking kill me. I'm sick of this planet. I'm sick of these fucking people. I'm sick of the goddamn universe. And I'm frankly annoyed. You know, even though I usually don't complain about the universe, I just complain about Earth. I'm fucking irritated that the entire universe is just slow as shit. You imagine if it was reversed and inside the planets were slow moving non-air spheres, and then the rest of space just had air and gravity. I want that. I want air and I want to see the universe like not dark. I wish I had the ability to just like, wish I was like a celestial god like in Eternals. That's really the only reason I would like to be alive. If I could be like a celestial being, I'd probably be happy. You know, I probably wouldn't fuck with people. I'd just be like, it's so nice seeing the universe at its fucking correct size and speed. You know, I could literally watch the solar system twist and move, and it'd be nice. Instead, I'm on here with all you fucking idiots. I'm on here living this stupid ass monkey life. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. Mentally exhausted with all of you. I really sure hope I die in my 40s, because I can't take much more of this shit. I really fucking can't. I'm losing it. I'm fucking losing my mind. And I already thought I lost it. Oh, fuck. After collective research with me, myself, and I think I should just start a fucking Patreon. You know? Patreon, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, any one of those. And it just says, help me pay my fines because my last name is Salazar and everyone in my town fucking hates me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a KickFundMe, Patreon starter, GiveMeMoney.com. Everyone in this town hates me because my last name is Salazar, and just help me pay my fines. It'll be like a city toll. Sorry, yeah, I can't do this delivery until you pay me the fine that you all owe me. I'm gonna start fining other people. That's what I need to do. I need to start giving them fines. Go to the fucking the next officer and be like, here's another fine because we fucking hate who you are. They're like, oh cool, here. This one's for $12,000. That's right. It will always be 60-12. $6,000.12. I think I meant dollars. $6,000.12. You know what? I like that. $6,000.12. If you give me a motherfucking 13 cents and you don't give me, like, if you give me 6,000 but I'm still missing 12 cents, you're gonna have to pay me another 60-12. That's 6,012 cents. I want that motherfucking dime and them 2 motherfucking pennies. Because if you don't, it's off the fucking Caleb jail. Caleb jail is where you go into a jail that I have made myself, and I'll just be like, oh, who are you? Oh, I don't like you. Yeah, so you're gonna go in this little cage. You're just gonna stay there for a little bit until I feel like liking you again, which is never, because you're all just fucking pieces of shit. Okay. Good talk. I'm only showing the car in this direction because I just want to show you. See, look. I've been driving. This is actually for you, Mom, just to let you know, because I know you're gonna fucking watch this. Look how I'm driving. Driving very slow. I usually don't like going under 40, but I'm being very gentle with the car. See how I come up to a stop? Wow. It's great. Watch as I drive very slowly around. You're probably thinking, oh, you know, as soon as he turns the camera off, he's just gonna zoom right on. But no, because it's raining today, so I actually have the perfect reason to fucking not drive fast. That's just a quick video for you. Look, it only rains like right here. Isn't that weird? Like as you pass this area, it just rains. Watch as we pass, it'll stop raining. Like a moment ago, it wasn't raining, now it's raining. And when I get to the school over here, it's gonna stop raining. It's just like raining in one part of the city. Just one tiny part. Oh my. Well, that was a quick storm, wasn't it? Look at that. School stopped raining. Alright. This one's just straight up family drama, really. So to give you an idea what's going on, GK. Today and on Monday, I think, are Arcadia's last days of school, like of high school. Weird, right? Yeah, it is really weird. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so confused. Well, I mean, I'm not confused, obviously, you know. She finished all classes, but I'm just saying. You have to go to a thing later today. Cameron, I think, is graduating from her grade thing. Something to do with the crowning. Either she's graduating or she's being crowned the Queen of England. So it's one or the other. Easy Club. You tell me. All right, you're from the future. You tell me what's going on. Why don't I give you some little info here? So this is on the other video I was talking about that whole thing going on with, you know, Uncle Jeff and Debbie and everything. Hopefully you haven't lost your mind, and if you're alive, GK, you still remember Jeff and Debbie. You know, it's like, the more I think about the situation, the more it angers me. But it's like, here's what happened. Alright. I originally, like a year or two ago, I moved into like an RV with my friend. That was probably 2 years ago now, maybe, I don't even know. But there was a point where I was moving in with my friend, Jacob. You remember Jacob? Of course, you're me. Why wouldn't you? Fucker's probably making albums by now in the future. Hopefully. You know? And then, when we went to move down there with them, week or two, maybe a month pass, you find out that you're on Facebook one day and you find out that there's this rumor going around on Facebook that Jeff has died, and you're like, now we've heard this rumor before. Believe it or not, actually this rumor did happen before, and I didn't believe it because I was like, is it like the last time? They were like, oh, he's dead. And I was like, hey, are you dead? And he's like, no, I'm alive. To sum it up really fast, but it's like, yeah, this one was real. Yeah, he really did die, and it's really fucked up. But it gets worse. After I find out on Facebook, my aunt didn't tell me, my father didn't tell me, nobody told me. I had to tell my family. No one in my family knew. So to put it in perspective, not only did I live with my aunt and uncle at one point in my life, and my uncle Jeff, he considered, you know, it's like we weren't just like standoffish kind of people, kind of like how me and my father are. I was closer to Uncle Jeff than I was with my own father. You know, you know, it's like everyone knew him as this big rock star, but you know, I always knew him as just, you know, Uncle Jeff. Ironically, everyone was always trying to, when he was alive, everyone was obsessed with getting me to play music with them. But the reason why I never ended up doing that is because when he went home, he actually didn't like playing music at home. You know, that's what he said. He said he didn't like doing it because it felt like a job. And to him, you know, it makes sense. He played in a band in like the 80s, you know, it's like 20 something at that point. It's like, you know, I'm sure he didn't want to play, you know, he considered it a job. So, you know, never ended up doing that. My favorite times with him was watching TV. You know, he would make the best meals. You know, it's like sometimes he could be, he was really fun going, you know, he was a really funny guy. He was really chill most of the time, but there were a few things that, you know, I guess he had like little peeves about, but they really didn't matter in retrospect. Like, he didn't really consider them big things. But it's like, you know, we even used to joke around about how so the reason I went to go live with my aunt and uncle down there at one point was because I got into some trouble at home, and I think it was my aunt's idea, I don't know. They were like, oh, it'd be better if, you know, Caleb went down there, you know, went down to Tennessee and stayed with you know, Debbie and Jeff for a while. So I went down there, and the thing we used to joke around about is they used to joke around that I was the like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know that show? But they used to joke that I was the Dark Prince of Nashville, because, you know, it's like they're very, like, I guess you could say, like, metal people, you know? They always wear black and stuff. Kind of like, you wouldn't be able to tell by what I'm wearing, but really hardcore stuff. So we're not like a Miller family type fucking shit. We're all like, let's smile for the photo. You know, we're just like joking around, a little bit of dark humor here and then, but here's the thing. I know people grieve in their own ways, and that's perfectly fine. But do not use your grieving as an excuse to be an asshole. And you're like, oh God, this is getting really spicy. I'm really just more disappointed than I am fucking angry. Because it's like I was really close to them, and it's like I was such a little punk back then that I didn't want to connect with anybody. But I really loved Jeff and Debbie, and it's like I bought them gifts here and then. You know, it's like I helped Jeff with the fucking rent. I don't. That's important. But it's just like I was really deeply entwined with them. You know, it's like over the years I hadn't messaged them too often, is because, you know, life gets busy. And at that time I was working, like every year I had I was working this like crazy factory job, and then when it became too difficult I like moved on to a job where I thought it'd be easier. I never had any time to do anything. I was constantly working. And it's like you never know the last things you see to people. You never know the last things you never know the last moments, is what I'm trying to fucking say. I got fucking Jeff Goldblum brain going on. You never know what moments are your last until you've lived them. Because it's like the last time I ever seen Jeff, I was moving back home, right? This huge thing went on between Debbie and Jeff, and there was this huge divorce going on. And I remember specifically, the reason I bring this up is because it pertains later in the story. I remember Jeff was so heartbroken when Debbie broke it off with him. Me and Jeff used to watch TV all the time. Like, when I say all the time, I mean like Jeff knew everything on television. If it appeared on TV, he fucking knew what it was. Actor, he knew the fucking directors and shit. He knew everything. He could make fucking tennis exciting to watch. And let me tell you something. Tennis ain't something of a spectacle, I'll tell you that much. Not really that exciting to watch, but he made it fun. He used to like make fun of how they would make the sounds every time they go. They don't just go. They would go, ah, ah, oh, ah. You know, like they fucking exaggerate their emotions. I'll be right back. So the D word happens, a divorce. And I remember we were sitting at the couch. We watched TV all the time. Jeff really loved watching TV. You know, that was actually one of my favorite moments, watching TV with him, because he would make it exciting. But I remember he was so distraught. He was so in a low place where he was like, sometimes they would have their arguments and I would just stay in my room, you know. And there were times I heard her say to Jeff, to my uncle, that like, you know, she doesn't love him anymore. And it's like, I remember hearing that being shouted. You know, I remember him telling me that, like, oh, I guess, you know, she doesn't love me anymore and shit. And I was like, oh, you know, what kind of advice am I gonna give? I'm like 18, and I don't do that type thing, you know. And so it's like, I just kind of felt like I wanted to help him, but I guess I didn't have the right tools to help him. You know what I mean? Like, what was I gonna tell him that he didn't already know? You know, I had no information to offer him, but I wanted to still help him, you know. But at the same time, my fucking, down here where I'm living currently, my family is being tortured by a psychopath, narcissistic psychopath, and all kinds of psychopaths left and right. Got fucking supervillains, my family does. But it's the reason I bring that up is because I had to come down here, and it was between staying with Jeff, and he offered to let me stay at his place. I really thought I was gonna have more time with him, but he was like, "You're welcome to stay, come at any time." And then understand, my aunt is the one that I'm technically related to by blood, but he didn't care. He didn't care because I remember one time, I had to go back home on an like in the airport. I can't remember. I went back and forth a few times, but there was one time I went, and before leaving, he just like told me, he was like, you know, I want you to know that you're like a son to me, you know. I mentioned this in my other videos, but people have always come up to me and they constantly say I'm like a son to them. I must be the perfect fucking son because my father is the only one that, you know, that doesn't fucking think so. You know, but I could be a son to all these other guys. That's great, right? But my own fucking father doesn't consider me, you know? It's kind of a fucked up irony if you think about it. It's kind of funny. Sorry. You know, it's like, I took that to heart because it wasn't just some guy I was working with telling me that. It was someone I actually cared about. You know, he told me that, and I was like, I've only met his actual son, which, you know, he loved his son too. He was a very loving person. He loved all kinds of people. You know, he had friends and all kinds of friends. All kinds of family that he loved. That's the only sad thing, is that I didn't get to meet his, like, parents or anything. Because I guess they were kind of like a generation away from me. And they lived, like, somewhere else. So we were kind of busy people. So whenever we had a chance to, it was just talking about it. You know, we lived a busy life. You know, you come home, you relax, you go to work the next day. That's how my whole life has been. But hearing that he had died, it was mind-shattering, soul-crushing. Of course it has to rain while I'm telling the saddest fucking part of the story. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I just delivered a pizza to, Jesus, fucking raining. God. I'm going like fucking so slow because it's raining so fucking hard. Where the fuck was I? But yeah, but you understand the huge connections I had with them growing up. And when I came, it was between living there with Jeff and abandoning my family here, who was being tortured by a monster, or staying with my family and leaving. Like, someone had to be left behind, and I felt like I had to come home. You know, I feel like I had priorities to come home and shit. But I always wanted to come back and meet him again, but life got so fucking busy that was really the last time I was ever going to see him. And the last time I ever saw Jeff, I didn't want to bother him. You see, it was the day that I had to move out, that I was trying to move out. He had to work like really late or something like that, and so I didn't want to like bother him. And so we were at the door knocking forever, you know, and then he finally gets up and gets it, and he goes to bed. He goes like right to bed, probably not realizing that this would be the last time we would ever see each other. Last thing I ever saw of him, he went to his room, and I was like, should I tell him that I'm leaving? Like, no, I shouldn't. You know, it's like, I shouldn't bother him. He's going through a lot right now, and I just don't want to pile on to like, oh, I'm leaving too, you know, just like, I didn't want to make the situation worse or anything, you know, make it hard for him. And so I should have gone out of my way to be like, hey, I'm gonna leave now. But my fear of bothering him made his last you know, made it my last moment. That was the last time I ever seen him. And I went home, dealt with all my family's bullshit, till here I am now. And it's sad. The only other thing is, like, he called me one more time before I never seen him again. And that was when I was working at this huge factory. It was like, every day I was busy. Every moment of the day I was busy. I come home, I fall asleep instantly. It was like that type of shit. He called me. I talked to him and Debbie for a little bit. Here's where it becomes bullshit. He fucking dies. I find out on Facebook, of all things. I don't even learn from, like, just surfing the web. I go on fucking Facebook, Zuckville, and I learned that this great fucking man who helped raise me, you know, for a little bit. You know, it's like I knew him when I was young. And he didn't even get to see me as an adult, but it's like, you know, I didn't think I was going to lose him so early. Thought I was going to have a lot more time with them, and it's such bullshit. Here's where here's where it happens. So now I find out that he's dead. There's like nothing. It doesn't say how he died, and it still doesn't. My aunt invites me to this thing. I'm thinking it's the funeral, right? Because that's what you fucking do. You invite people, you invite your family to funerals where family dies, right? Yeah. No. She invites me to a fucking bar with her friends and his friends. It's like, motherfucker, I don't give a shit about his fucking friends. I'm not there for you. I'm not there for them. I'm going there for him. A fucking bar of all things. I understand that on a certain level. Hold on, there's a cop. I don't know, he may shoot me. Because I'm in existence, so gotta keep me down, you know, gotta suppress me. Gotta make sure I'm not turning into some rebel fucking leader. Alright. I think we're good. But it's like, I find out online, I searched it all over. I searched Jeff's parents' Facebooks, because those are already on Facebook. Sure enough, not only is he's actually dead, but they had the funeral with all the family members and everything without me. And it's like, as soon as he died, they put him in ashes and they invite me to a fucking bar. That'd be equivalent if, like, someone that you really cared about died and you don't even get to see him one last time. They immediately get cremated and their ashes get vacuumed into a fucking vacuum, and that vacuum gets thrown into a dumpster, and then the funeral is taking place on the fucking moon, where you have no chance of ever getting there. You know, it's like my whole situation was just fucking stupid. And it's like, I'm pretty sure after Jeff died, it's like, after he died, all was revealed. You know, it's like, I try to go down there with my family. You know, my aunt knows that we all fucking loved him and cared for him. But she only wants me to come down. Only me. And she's like, why don't you and your father team up? Not only would I never team up with this motherfucker, but I would never do the things that she wanted me to do, like steal my fucking mom's card and try to steal her car to go to this bar without them. So here's the thing, not only do me and my father both not get along, and at the same time hate fucking bars because they are for fucking bottom feeder losers, but this isn't even the real funeral. The real funeral took place so long ago. Like, probably a month after the actual funeral is when she fucking finally decided to contact me. So I wrote her off. I made a decision that as far as my father is alive, I'm not allowed to talk to her. And this isn't a decision made by somebody else. You know, I'm sorry, it's so fucking retardedly bright. This decision was made by me and me alone. See, for a while there, my mom was trying to get us to, you know, comply to her orders and shit. And my mom was trying to understand for Debbie that she's like going through a hard time, but fuck you. Fuck you. Because now I see you're going online. This is to fucking Debbie, if she ever watches. I see that you're going online and you're like, oh, I loved them all the way to the very end. You loved them so much that it's probably the reason you fucking died. You know? You, like, tell him that you don't love him while he's alive. It shatters him to his fucking core. Somehow he dies. We don't know how. He just found his body in a fucking apartment. Some real, he either died in his sleep or he killed himself. It's usually when they hide something, when they hide how people die, it's because suicide. And it's like, I don't know what the events were going on in his life leading up to the end, but it's like, I sure as hell know that my Aunt Debbie had something to do with it. And I'm never going to forgive her for the moments that she stole from me. The moment he died, she should have contacted me. She should have, the fucking second that she found him like that, she should have contacted his son, you know, his family, and me. Family. His fucking nephew, everybody, grandparents. You know, if he fucking still had any grandparents that were still alive. You know what I mean? Like, everyone should have been contacted. No, instead, we're all invited to a bar. Let's drink in his name. Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Talk about disrespecting the dead. Not only do you not give a shit, you ruined his life at the very end. I mean, it's like, did we even know if he wanted to be in ashes? And if he did, great. But it's like, I'm so fucking pissed about it. And I'll never stop being pissed about it. So I dropped my phone because I can't afford anything in this world besides death. I can't even afford death because that'd be destroying government property. Fuck you. It's like, normally I would be tearing up and crying, but I've reached a point of void. I've cried all that there is to cry. Most people thought I didn't care for a long time because I just didn't want to believe it was true. It all happened so fast. His death was wrapped up like the season finale of a show that's been going on too long. Every point was not only rewritten, now history was rewritten, and now she's selling stuff online, like she's selling Jeff's sauce. He's not even fucking alive. How can he be making fucking sauce? See, it's like, I'm the wife who found him. I'm the wife who loved him in the end. It's like, you divorced him because you were being a lazy spouse. He wanted a relationship. You just wanted to be a kid. I have more years left, and he's gonna be dying soon. Stay with him until that time. You know? What, he only had like a decade left, and for a human, that's nothing. A decade ain't shit. It's like, I'll never stop being angry about it. I wanted to go to his funeral. I wanted to pay my respects to the man who was the only good people in my life. they're dead. They're all fucking dead. And they're all gone. The few fucking 1% of the people that are good to me, they're the only things I have left. It's like, just not allowed to be like all these other people. And I don't have grandparents. I don't have aunts and uncles, obviously. I don't even have, I mean, it's like, I do have these, obviously. I'm related to fucking a bunch of million people. But that's not how my family is. When I say my family, I'm talking about the people I raised, the people that raised me, being like my mom and my siblings. That's it. That's my whole family. I don't have any other family. I don't have a father, I don't have an aunt, I don't have an uncle, I don't have grandparents, I don't have cousins. I don't have the privilege of having all those things. Me and my mom and my siblings, we have to make it all on our own. I don't have all these people around me to make life easier. I have to work hard to make life better for me and my family, being my mom and my siblings. And so that's the whole family situation. I hope it didn't confuse you too much, but as you can see, I mean, you guys you've seen me mad in other videos. I am really pissed about what Debbie did, and I'm probably not going to forgive her, but I'm past the point of rage. I am in the Vader's situation of suffering. You know, I had fear as a kid, and then I had anger for a little bit. I experienced all the hate I could muster, and now I'm just suffering. I'm just suffering until my untimely death, which also will be handled poorly, probably. It's like, if I could only tell him what she did after he died, he'd be so fucking irate. He'd be like, why didn't you invite them to the fucking funeral? I should have been there at his funeral, right next to his family. It's unfortunate that I'd be meeting his parents for the first time, but sometimes that's how life works. Life puts you on a roller coaster ride made from toothpicks and sausages. And it's going to be a violent fucking ride. And if you survive, then kudos to you. But not all of us are fortunate. You know, and it's really fucking bullshit. Oh, well, got another order. Okay, sorry, doing a lot of orders. Lastly, I just want to say that I'm doing alright. This last little piece, I guess, is a message to Uncle Jeff if he were still alive. You know, it's like those comic book situations where somebody dies and you don't see them die, and then they come back and you're like, what? I thought they were dead. You know, it's like holding out hope for something like that. But not real hope, just pretend bullshit hope that everyone seems to want to have. But no, this is the message. If I time travel and this video gets stuck in the past and he comes across it on YouTube, this is my message to Jeff. It was fun, and I want to thank you for taking care of me in times where I didn't know I needed taken care of. I appreciate the time that we have. I wish we had a little more time, but I'm just glad that we had the time that we did, and I'm really gonna miss you. It's not gonna be easy. I was really hoping that you'd be around when I make my stories, but you know, you're right. It is my calling. There's nothing I'm gonna do, and it's because. Not because some other person told me that I'm good at writing. It's because you told me. You told me it was my calling. And I took that to heart. just I'm not sure what else I gotta say. Okay. Just yeah. I'm sorry that I wasn't there in the end. I wish I could be there and here at the same time. I was kind of being pulled in all different directions, but I guess I still kind of am. Just with different people, you know. I wish you could be around to learn that I can actually drink. You know, I can drink now. I can drink quite a lot. I wasn't even 21 at that time. I was like 19. I had not even tried one drink. To your knowledge, I've never even drinking alcohol. Yeah, it's gonna be a dull. It's gonna be more of a dull world now that you're not in it. But I just wanted to say that I love you. I'm really gonna miss you. And this concludes this diary.